Before the rules, 13 generations back, 1620, the height of the transatlantic slave trade, somewhere in the port city of Livorno, Italy. My Tuscan ancestor met someone from Sierra Leone. Livorno wasn't like other European cities. It was a free port, a deliberate experiment in tolerance. Jews, Muslims, North Africans, international traders. The Medici family, with whom I apparently have a distant connection, had created a space where the usual rules were suspended because commerce mattered more than purity. However, tolerance isn't the same as acceptance, and commerce isn't the same as freedom. My Tuscan ancestor might have been Sephardic Jewish, part of the Converso community that had fled Spain and Portugal, carrying crypto-Jewish identity beneath Catholic performance. They were very likely operating in the gray zones where survival meant strategic ambiguity. What of the Sierra Leonean ancestor? The Sierra Leonean ancestor could have arrived through trade networks or manumission, or the narrow pathways to legal freedom that existed in Livorno's unusual legal structure. However they met, they chose each other in a world that was watching narrow streets, merchant quarters, families in shadows. Think about what that required. Not just love, strategy. How do you protect a family that doesn't fit the categories? How do you raise children who have ambiguous legal status, ambiguous social standing, in a world where those things determine whether you live or die? You learn to read rooms and to navigate hostile systems without surrendering your core. You become tactically intelligent, not as a skill, but as a survival requirement of documents, legal papers, families moving through crowds. You teach your children to do the same. You pass down the ability to be visible when it serves you, invisible when it protects you. You teach them know which version of your story to tell. And when. That's what my parent and I inherited from 1620. Not paranoia, but tactical intelligence. We inherited the ability to move through spaces that weren't designed for me and still maintain my dignity. I've always been good at this. I've been good at reading subtext, understanding power dynamics, and knowing when to speak and when to hold back. I thought it was just social intelligence, but it's not. It's 400 years of ancestors who had to be smarter than the systems, trying to put them boxes by race, religion, so on and so forth. They were tolerated, but not really accepted, always having to wonder when the next wave of hate might come, and from where, perhaps even from within their own ranks. Sadly, it seems history teaches us nothing except to repeat the hate. My ancestors met, loved, and determined to make it work somehow. And because of that, I stand here today. Which of your ancestors stood, loved, in spite of what the world said about love being determined by color or race or religious affiliation?